The history of philosophy can be seen as a sequence of consequential developments. For example, the failure of Platonic philosophy led to the rise of Aristotle. Similarly, the failure of Cartesian rationalism gave way to Hume's radical skepticism. Immanuel Kant attempted to address these issues but wound up obliterating objectivity. That is, we could, according to Kant, only know the content of our own minds as it projects out onto the external world. Namely, his answer left us with pure subjectivism. Considering these developments, we can explore the significance of Friedrich Nietzsche, a German philosopher of the 19th century. Nietzsche represented a type of narrative arc in the history of philosophy that could be likened to the culmination moment in a movie. The history has played out, and man looks back over his shoulder and sees nothing but a barren wasteland of all the abysmal failures of his forefathers who attempted, on the basis of themselves, to secure objective meaning and rationality of experience. And after being shocked at what man finds behind him, he looks in front of him, and he finds that he is now on the edge of a precipice. When we arrive now at the time of Nietzsche in the history of philosophy, what does man do? Does he continue on the same direction and so fulfill all that has come before him by jumping off this grand and terrible precipice? Or does he repent, turn around and flee to the only one who could give him that objective reason and objective meaning that thousands and thousands of years of philosophy has failed to produce? Well, ashamedly, like a deep tragedy we see as illustrated by Nietzsche, that man would altogether embrace with a kiss utter futility rather than coming to the light. Man prefers to set his face and jump headlong into that black night where, in the words of Nietzsche, he will perpetually fall as through infinite nothing. There will be for man no up, no down, no right, no left, nothing but blankness and the stare of cold night. In the history of philosophy, we can thus see one thing, assuredly. Man will do anything and embrace whatever absurd consequence he must, so that he does not have to come to the living Christ. Thus, through the eyes of Nietzsche, we can see man as having cemented himself to that impossible task of reasoning about anything with himself as the final reference point. If man will not have Christ, he is forced to be a wandering question beggar in a desert with no answer. So here's the question yet before us all. Do we turn from our sin and submit ourselves to Christ, in whom are all the riches of wisdom and knowledge? Or do we follow in the footsteps of Plato and Descartes and Hume, Kant and Nietzsche? If you choose the latter, gird yourself up, for as they walk, so must you. You must now take up that task of walking with your feet in midair. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Hath not God made foolish the wisdom of this world?